There is a Valentine event going on right now in Borderlands that adds 2 very good new weapons that you want to get before the event is over on February 20th. I will tell you how you can easily get them and way more secrets about this event. So let's get into it. A like on the video would be very appreciated. And let's go. Yes, our friend Maurice now has an arrow through the head and some hearts for this new Valentine event. He will be our guide again for this event, although we don't have to talk to him to have it start. Now just shoot the hearts that are floating in the air in the main regions of the game, like you will not see them in the Takedown or the Maxis Heist DLC. So we have to go back to the System of Slaughter, for example, where a ton of enemies keep spawning and that all have a heart linked to them. And what is nice compared to the ghost from the Bloody Harvest event is that you can just ignore the enemies and focus on the hearts and maybe even skip the enemies altogether. Because where the ghost would appear after killing an enemy, with this Valentine event they spawn right next to the enemy. So what you can do, for example, is go to Athena's, grab a nice assault rifle and just focus on the hearts. They will easily break, so you get to the 100 hearts that you need for all the rewards in no time. No hearts in the area anymore, then just skip all the enemies and go to the next area. And sure, if you see a loot heart and shoot it that contains a lot of legendaries, they might want to kill the enemies so you can easily loot all the items and see what has dropped. So these loot hearts seem to drop all the world drops that you can find in the game. Like you can even get a Cutsman out of this if you are lucky. So totally a nice way to get some extra legendaries on level 53, the new max level. So that's why I would not recommend that you disable this event. I mean, it's totally up to you, of course, but that is a new feature that Gearbox added for this event. So in the main menu you can disable it or enable it. And when it says disable in the menu, then it is enabled and the other way around. Going back to the hearts, because there are quite a lot actually. One gives you an attack boost, some simply explode and deal corrosive damage or incendiary damage. But there's also a pretty fun heart that turns an enemy into your ally for a short period of time. So then they will fight alongside you, it's pretty nice. And Mental Mars made this amazing image where we see all the different hearts and the description. And I will leave a link to his Twitter page in the video description, totally worth checking out for Borderlands news. Either way, we also see one heart that spawns haunted skulls. And yes, those are the ghosts from the Bloody Harvest event, including loot ghosts that also appear. And I had 2 of them here, but they sadly did not drop anything. But people on Reddit had more luck, like Bearded Wonder 0 had the ghost call from one of these ghosts. And yes, on level 53. So that was not possible during the Bloody Harvest event, because then of course the max level was still 50. So now we can get those Bloody Harvest event items again through these ghosts from the hearts. Although we of course not see them as often as during that Halloween event, but it's still nice if you do get a drop. And an amazing farm spot for during the Bloody Harvest event is now actually also a great spot for the hearts during this Broken Hearts Day event. It's the Voracious Canopy region where we want to go inside the ship over here on the map. And man, I'm always surprised by the amount of enemies that spawn here, and they all seem to have, or at least most of them, seem to have a heart like next to them too. So you can just break them and rank in a lot of hearts. And yes, you see the new SMG in action here, by the way. I will touch on that in a second. So how it works is that there's a new event page next to the Guardian ranks. And here you see how many hearts you have at the moment and how much you need for the next reward. But what it basically is, and on the Borderlands website we have this nice rundown. You need 10 hearts for the new Echo skin, that is pretty nice. The very small but okay looking Cosmic Romance trinket is unlocked for 25 hearts, and you get the Vault Hunter pink skin for 75. So yeah, go to the event page and unlock all the chests manually, and then after 50 hearts you get the first legendary weapon, the Polyaimorous, a Molly 1 SMG with an incendiary or shock laser that you can switch between. And it's pretty cool how the beam easily goes to the target. It's kind of a homing effect. And this weapon is especially nice against multiple enemies, because the beam goes to surrounding enemies as well. And there does not seem to be a limit for the amount of enemies that you can hit. And the weapon really does work in the System of Slaughter, where a lot of enemies are of course weak against incendiary damage. So you kill them very rapidly, including the wrecks in this area that can be very annoying. But now you can easily aim for one and get the others too that are flying around. And even when you hit an enemy on the ground and a wreck flies over, then you also deal damage to that wreck. It's pretty nice. Overall, the damage is not that great. Good to note is that the main target gets the most damage, while the other enemies that also get hit get less damage. I like the beam, but it is really not as good as the new wedding invitation sniper that you can get by breaking 100 hearts. This is a Jacob's rifle, and it might actually be the first sniper that is worth using on a high mayhem mode, especially when you score a crit. So it of course has the regular Jacob's perk, where bullets on a crit fly to other targets. The weapon normally does incendiary bullets, but actually a fun fact is that the bullets that go to other targets are cryo, so that's already pretty interesting. But also insane is that on a crit you get ammo back, so you can just keep shooting if you hit the crit spot all the time, and that's of course insanely powerful with flak and the fade away combo, where every shot is a crit. And I might actually want to change my build again for the Mega Force skill, so I can crit even more often, because then it's of course easier to crit and you do not always have to hit the head. You're always surprised by how much a crit with a sniper does, and it's actually quite nice to use without the scope too. Like you see me use it here against Graveyard, for example, a boss where you can easily hit the crit spots, and of course it's nice because Graveyard is weak against incendiary damage. So mayhem for Graveyard, and this is the amount of damage I do. Sure, this weapon is on level 53, but all my other sort of items are still 50, and I'm not using a full crit build skill tree. Imagine with that, it's insane. It's really a nice weapon, and not only for Flag, like for every other character. Like for example Amara, that can of course buff incendiary damage. Like in combination with the sniper, it's really insane. So you totally want to get this item before it's too late. Again, the event ends on February 20th when the new hotfix hits. And even if you already got all the 100 hearts with one character, then it is totally worth it to do it on other characters too, because then you can get the rewards again. And there is actually a chance to get anointed versions of these Valentine weapons. Like it's random every time you claim the rewards. We for example got Flame for Art with this amazing anointed wedding invitation with the action skill and the increased weapon damage. That's a god roll on this weapon, like that's insanely powerful. I will try and get that weapon as well and might do a giveaway in the future, but for now I want to give away another weapon because we have to grind weapons again on the new max level. This time I'm giving away a level 53 Shredder assault rifle with a nice anoint. All you need to do is leave your PlayStation Network ID in a comment under my pinned comment. So not in a regular comment, but really as a reply to my pinned comment. Be sure you are a subscriber of the channel as well before you enter, and I will announce the winner in a future Borderlands video. Mokalina, by the way, won my previous giveaway for the phaser. I will send you a friend request and then the gun. And again, totally subscribe for more Borderlands coverage, of course, here on the channel. Like the video to support the channel. And I'm curious to hear what you think of this Broken Hearts Day event in the comments down below. It's of course not as big as the Bloody Harvest event, like no new map or new boss. I still think it's a pretty fun event, especially the weapons are really worth the very small grind. Like for the Bloody Harvest event, not all the new items were as great. But yeah, I have said it before in the previous video. Did expect a little bit more, but it's still a free event, so it's pretty nice. At the end of every Borderlands video, Dennis and I want to do some sort of gamble, and now we are opening golden chest. So let's do that right now. Oh, Dennis, what do you got for me? Whoa,
I got some presents for you. A level 53 Linnock and one of your favorite shields, if I remember correctly. The Big Boom Blaster. Ooh. With a pretty cool anoint as well. Don't know why it says Anointed Siren, but hey.
Doesn't matter. So what are we going to do?
Well, we're gonna see if you can use those because we have a little contest. We're both gonna open the golden chest. I'm gonna open mine now, and whoever gets the best item gets to pick a manufacturer. Oh, that's bad. But he gets to pick a manufacturer for the loser. That's the only thing you can use during the stream. We of course stream on Thursdays at Twitch TV/JorRaptor, so you can follow us there. And yeah, I think I just lost because I only got purples. So
we will see. Maybe if I got a legendary, then I instantly win. And
yeah, then it's an automatic win.
You have to look at what the highest gear score was or the item score was.
So first I'm gonna see if you. Okay, so we actually need to do some maths here. So let's see. Shields and the like don't matter.
Okay, I already see my highest weapon.
What's your highest?
598.
598. I have 2 of them, and I'll drop one on the ground to prove it to you. That are 608.
Well, that's 0 or 0 1. Or
Yep.
1 0, however you want to count it. We will continue in the next Borderlands video, so totally subscribe, of course, for everything Borderlands 3. Like the video to support the channel, and we will speak to you next time. Goodbye!